Now to make the hot air balloon model, you'll need a paper lantern. You'll use one that is 10 inches wide when it's flat. Now you can buy these at dollar stores for about $1 or $2, and they're perfect for making your own hot air balloon. Now you see each one of these lanterns has a wire frame. All you have to do is slide the frame inside and hook it to the top and bottom. Now, of course, first of all, you'll need scissors and some Scotch tape, plus some thin ribbon. Now for this project, you'll need to cut 8 pieces of the ribbon. Now I have here about 12 inches, but really it should be about 13 inches long. That would be the best distance. Now if you look on the inside of the paper lantern, you see those green stripes. Of course, your lantern might be a different color, but that's how they originally made these lanterns. Now those are the ribbons, or the areas that will put the ribbons. So just follow the pattern they have there. First, tape the very top of the ribbon to the inside, and then take it all the way down to the bottom and tape it on the inside on the bottom, right along that pre-designed pattern. Now do this with all 8 pieces of ribbon. We'll be using the very top to hang the balloon up when you're done. Now that's the bottom wire here. Now I'd like you to try to stabilize the balloon so it doesn't roll all over the table. So if you can take some scissors and just cut a long slot in a piece of cardboard. Once you put it through, get some toothpicks and slide them in between. That'll hold it in place and it'll stay right in front of you. Now to get an old-fashioned look to the balloon, I like to use very thin pieces of twine. Cut 4 pieces at about 12 inches in length. Now I want you to get a very thin black marker. Now you use the marker to mark the very middle of the ribbons. Not every ribbon, just every other ribbon. Those are the 4 places where you'll attach the thin twine a little bit later on. You'll hot glue them to those spots. Now once you have the ribbons marked, then I'll want you to hot glue each ribbon, all 8 ribbons, along the center part of the entire balloon. Now as you can see here, I've already attached the thin twine to those 4 marks you have all the way around the balloon. As always, have Mom or Dad help you with the hot glue gun. It's a lot safer that way. Now I want you to get a fatter piece of twine. Now this will be longer. This will be about 32 inches in length. And this one we're going to attach all the way around the middle of the balloon. You'll want to hot glue the thicker piece of twine to each ribbon as it goes around the balloon. At the end, you might have a little left over. All you have to do is mark it and then cut that end off, so then you can glue it to the other end of the twine. Now you're probably wondering why I have this cornflakes box. Well, you'll need that to make the basket that hangs beneath the balloon. All you have to do is open both ends, cut along one edge, and open it up. Now all you need really is the very front flat piece of that box. Cut off the excess pieces all the way around, and there you have what you'll need to make the basket. Now you'll have to print out this page that's included with this build project. Now this is the lining that will be on the inside of the basket. So just cut along those black lines until you have sort of a plus sign after you cut them all out. Now you've probably already noticed that I have these semicircles at the ends of each piece. Well, just take your scissors and carefully cut along those lines on 4 ends. Now take that piece of paper and lay it down on that cardboard. Turn it over. And what I want you to do is take some Scotch tape and turn it inside out so it's sticky on the outside, and then put it right in the middle of that paper so you can glue it, or stick it rather, to the cardboard. Now take your pencil and I want you to go along and make a line on every edge that's exposed, as well as those semicircles that you cut out on the ends. Now you can go ahead and very carefully peel that off the cardboard. Be careful not to tear it. Now with that design that you've drawn on the cardboard, take your scissors and cut away the excess pieces of cardboard so they don't get in the way of your cutting. Now, just like we did on that piece of paper, go ahead and cut along these lines all the way around. And then, of course, you'll have to cut out the semicircles in this too. This will create the main body of the basket that hangs beneath the balloon. Now that you have that cut out, you can now fold the ends up. Now get a ruler and put it right along the very edge of that piece. Now this might be a little tricky because you have to hold the ruler in place very firmly so you can bend up that little piece of cardboard. Now do that on all 4 ends of that cardboard. And once you've folded all of the ends in, go ahead and fold each piece all the way down on the inside. Now get the piece of paper that you cut out also. And we'll do the same thing, but kind of in reverse. You see on the inside it has that fine line there, so fold it back along that fine line. Crease it really good, and do that on all 4 ends, just like this. And when you're done with that, you want to fold it inwards as well. This makes it more flexible. And now you can see how that will fit on the inside of the basket. Now take this cardboard piece and also fold it backwards in the other direction than we did originally. That'll make these flexible as well. Now take your Scotch tape and tape each of these pieces together with the dark brown on the outside. Now what I have here is a burlap cloth. That will actually be cut up and put on the outside of your basket. Now take your basket and put it down on the edge of that cloth and draw a line all the way around. I like to use a fine end black marker. Now do that 5 times. Now remember those curves we cut out on the cardboard? Well, lay the basket on its side so the curve is exposed and draw your marker around that curve. Do that on just 4 of those squares. The last square will go on the bottom of the basket. Now go ahead and take your scissors and cut out those squares as I show you here. Now take your basket and lie it on its side. Then take one of those burlap sides and place it on top. Now it might be a little bit big, so you may have to go ahead and cut off a little bit to make sure it fits just squarely on there. Now we're going to hot glue that together. Now you might have your mom or dad or bigger brother or sister help you with this part so you don't burn your fingers. That's the main thing. Now to press it down, I like to use popsicle sticks so I don't burn my fingers, you know, or a small piece of wood will do the same thing. Now I want you to put hot glue on the next side and put that in place and press it down again using your popsicle stick and do that all the way around. And now we're ready for the bottom. Go ahead and put hot glue on the bottom and press your piece in place. Well, we got a lot of it done now. Now what we're going to do is glue in the inside of the basket. Now there are 2 ways to do this. One way is you could use glue stick and put it on the back of the paper first and then press it into the basket. What I'm doing here is using Elmer's glue all inside. It's messier that way, but it also holds it securely as well. Now what you can do is go ahead and slide this all the way down into the box. Now press the bottom down firmly, and once that's in place, press the sides firmly to the sides. Now it might be a little extra on the top, that's okay. You can just use some scissors to cut that off. And now we're ready to put some of the thin twine along the edges. Take the thinner twine and hold it up against the box to get the right length. And then use your scissors, of course, just to go ahead and cut it off there. Now, use some hot glue along that edge that you just measured out, and go ahead and attach that piece to it. Now, be careful not to burn yourself. I've done that myself. I would suggest using popsicle sticks, like we did before, to press those in place. Now, do that along the corners of each corner of the box. Now it's time to do the same thing around the bottom of the box. Take a piece of the twine and wrap it around once all the way around. Now that's about how much it'll take, so then go ahead and cut it right there at that spot. Now it's time to attach it. Get your hot glue gun, and again, of course, be very, very careful with that. You might have mom or dad help. And then go ahead and press it into place. Now go to the next side. Of course, use that popsicle stick or a small piece of wood to help press that down so you don't burn your fingers. Once you're done wrapping the twine around the bottom, you'll have a couple of ends that stick out, so just, cut those off. Now, of course, we'll have to put twine all the way around the top. Again, just go ahead and wrap one long piece around the top and cut it off. And then begin to hot glue it all the way around the top. That's where the curved edges are. Now go ahead and wrap it all the way around, glue it in place, and then cut off the end pieces. And now it's time for a little bit more fun. You see, I put sandbags all the way around the edge. So here's how you make that. Get a cup with about a 3-inch opening on it and put it on a white cloth, or a very light colored cloth that you don't mind cutting up. Draw a circle and then cut that circle out. And of course, you want to draw 4 circles because we have 4 sandbags. Now get a piece of string and set it off to the side. Just go ahead and make one loop in that string and set it down. And then what you need to do is get a cotton ball. Press it in the middle and then pull up the sides to the center. Pull them all the way in, all the way around. And then you can take that piece of twine and put the circle over the top and tighten it. So there you have 4 sandbags. Now you'll have to glue the sandbags to the sides. Put a piece of glue there, and then when you take the sandbag, make sure the knot is toward the back side of the sandbag and press it into place. Do that in the center of each side. Now, of course, you'll have to glue the strings in place. So take one end of a string, put some glue on the very top corner, and kind of press it into place. You can use a pencil to do that if you want, and then do the other side. And do this all the way around the basket. When you're done, just cut off the ends of the string that are kind of poking out. And there you have your completed basket. Now use the fatter twine and form it around the very bottom of the balloon. Once you get that about right, put a little glue, hot glue, on the end of that and draw it over and attach the ends to each other. And hold it until it's cool. Once you make sure that's going to fit, all you have to do is take the glue gun and go all the way around the very top part of that circle, and then take the twine and press it into place. Now take a thinner piece of twine and wrap it all the way around a couple of times and glue that into place. Now for an extra touch, you don't have to do this, but it's kind of neat. Make a double knot on a piece of twine, and once you do that, pull it tight and then go ahead and cut off each side. And then with the knot that's left, just hot glue it right to the corner. And do this on all 4 corners. It kind of completes the picture. And now we're going to attach the basket to the balloon. Take one of the strings hanging from the side of the basket and put some glue, hot glue, on the inside corner, all the way down. And then attach that string to it using a popsicle stick and do it on all 4 corners. And there you are, you're all done with your very own hot air balloon model. I hope you have fun. This is Captain Bob signing off for now.